Hi, my name is Tony Maynard, and I've got a warning about affiliate marketing because there's some things that people just don't want to tell you about, They just want to tell you all the positive things. That's all. They don't want to tell you what's wrong with this, but I'm going to tell you about what's wrong with this. Oh, yes, I am. Because there's some things that you should know, before you get even involved with this. And in fact, I advise most people not to get involved with this because it's not a good thing. It's just not. What nobody will tell you. All evergreen products on an affiliate network like ClickBank, JVZ, or Warrior Plus are there. Why? Why are evergreen products on these networks, these platforms? Why? To avoid the cost of advertising. That's the reason. And then people come along, and they're saying, affiliate marketing is the best thing since sliced bread. You know what? That's a load of bull. It's not the truth. They're lying to you because they want your money. You see, that's all they want is your money, right? Because all these people who are on these networks, right, are all, are there to avoid the cost of advertising. Now, I'm telling you, right? I'm telling you right now, Google is expensive. It's the most expensive advertising platform there is. Google is an advertising platform. That's what it is. It's an advertising agency. It sells advertising. That's what it does, and that's how it makes its money. That's how Google profits, and that's why it makes billions of dollars because suckers want to use their program. They do, you know. Now there is the other side of it, of course, where you can, if you got a website and you can put their little ads on there, and then you get paid. But that's a different ball game, right? But when you've got to pay, it's expensive. It's really expensive. Google is the most expensive advertising agency or platform online, and followed closely by Facebook, you see. And then there's Instagram and all the others. YouTube's a little bit cheaper, you know. Got to give them that, that's right. It's a little bit cheaper, but then it's still the same, it ends up being actually dearer because what happens is that it's cost per view. So you can't get away from it. That's why these people who are in these networks, because they get away from the cost of advertising and they attract thousands of affiliates to come and promote their products, right? This is the wrong way to go about it, that's all. This is what the world thinks, right? It is highly competitive. And then there's with thousands of others who are promoting the same product. And you've got to try and get some success doing that. I don't think so. The only way you're going to get success, only those who have a decent list can succeed at this. Yeah, that's right. These guys have had to struggle to get a decent list. They've had to do that. And once they've got that list, right, well, then they can succeed at affiliate marketing. Because that's where most of their sales come from. It doesn't come from advertising or promoting. No, it doesn't. And there's a lot of things being taught which are not, which are the same. Hijacking other people's content, through Google Ads and all this sort of stuff. I mean, this is just the competitive edge again. That's all that is. It's all it is, and it doesn't work. It's as simple as that. It does not work. It's not true. Right? Those who have a list are the ones who succeed. Those who don't. This is why most newbies fail. But the other reason is, why do they fail? Most newbies don't have a list. Most newbies try affiliate marketing, right, and fail. Because why? They don't have a list. But what's the real reason? Why? What is the real reason behind this? Why they fail? It's one word. It's one word. That's what it is. It's just one word. Competition. There's too much competition. There's thousands upon thousands of people doing the same damn thing. How the hell can you succeed doing that when you're a newbie? You can't. It's an impossibility. I'll give a bit of bonuses. No, they're all doing the same thing. There's nothing here that it has got the sniff of success with it. This helps no one, but makes it incredibly difficult to find any success. That's right, because you're competing against everybody else. That's why. That's why that is. You know, you haven't got a hope in hell of succeeding. No, you've got to find a way to slant it so then you're different from everybody else. You know, this is what you've got to do in order to get sales and compete. And it's always the same. It's always the same. It's always competitive, which sucks. You know. See, because why is this? Because the mindset is planted this way, right? So everybody thinks this way. Well, I've got to compete, you know, to make a living, you know, blah, blah, blah. What a load of bollocks. The mindset is slanted this way and is the way to failure in most cases. Oh, yes, that's the truth. Because in affiliate marketing, 9 out of 10 people fail. There it is. And I've heard 2 gurus say that. 2. Right? John O. Armstrong said that, and so did Mike Forsyth said that. 9 out of 10 people fail online. And affiliate marketing, it's no different. It's probably higher. The people who succeed in this area are most wretched. Yes, they are. Why? Because they sell products that don't help people. They don't. You know, they just help. All they do is they rely on their sophisticated sales page to convince people to put their credit card on the line, and then when they get the product, they can't use it. It doesn't work. It doesn't make a single dollar for them. And these people that keep doing this are most wretched. They are, because they're taking, you know, more from the customer than they're giving back, and that's most wretched. Most wretched. The teaching that people must compete to succeed is false. Why? Because there's another part, there's another side. But do people get taught this? Did anybody know about the other side? The other side of the fence? No. The only thing, because it looks like that's the only way you can succeed. It just looks like that. You know, but the reality is it's not like that, right? And people have to get over this one, because it's not competitive. You know, this is the wrong way to go about it. If you want to be poor, be competitive. If you never want to succeed, be competitive. You know, it's not gonna fly. That's all there is to it. You know, you've got to be different. So what do you got to do? You've got to be creative. That's what you've got to do. The creative is the way to go. You have to go this way. You see, because there is no competition in this area, and this is true. There's no competition in the creative area. This is the way to true wealth and riches, and that's also true, right? Because you see what happens here, as the saying goes, innovators get everything, and copycats get nothing in most cases. And 9 out of 10 the copycats fail. All I've been taught is to be a copycat. So have I succeeded? No, I haven't. You see, because I wasn't aware of this one, the creative side. You see, all I was taught about was competition. Oh, I've got to compete. Which, no, you don't. You see, you know, in this area, you compete against yourself only. There you have it. You say you're not competing against anybody else. No, in this area, you compete against yourself, right? So it's yourself you're competing against. That's it. You're not competing against thousands of others, because thousands of others aren't doing what you're doing. It's as simple as that. You've got a creative idea. You've got a creative way of doing things. They're not competing against what you're doing. So, you know, there's no way, you know. So the other thing is there's more than enough to go around. That's true too in this area. There's more than enough to go around in the creative area, right? See, that's the truth too. You know, right? Where you're taught, oh, it's all lacking, you know, everything's lacking. Of course, in competition it is. Damn straight it is, because everything's been taken up. You think, oh, you know, you can't get anywhere because other people are already there and done it, you know, and which is wrong, you know. This is not the truth, okay? And that's why you should not entertain this. You see, this area creates more life than less. Absolutely, it does. Absolutely. You see. See, and here's the other thing that most entrepreneurs online do not do. And most of them are wretched because they don't do this. You must give more use value than you expect in cash value if you want to be rich. They break that law. They break that law, and some of them, oh, they get success, oh, you know, and they skite about it, and they're saying all about it all over the frickin' place, right? But just remember, that law that I've just read is going to come around and kick them in the ass. That's what's going to happen to them, and they'll be pretty much back where they started. That's what'll happen, because it cycles, you see. It cycles. Oh, yes, it does. And it'll come around and it'll kick them in the ass. Because I've been around since the 90s. I've seen them come and I've seen them go, all these wretched people, you know. They've come and gone, you know. That's what happens to them. They're a flash in the pan. They're here five minutes and they're gone, you know. They don't last. It's the ones that give the value, you know, use value, more use value, and compared to cash value, that succeed and are still around today. You know, there are people like that, right? There are people online that are like that have been around for years, right? But that's because they obey that rule, you know, and their stuff works. That's the reason for it, see? You know, it's just... Oh. Sorry, here I'm having trouble. Ah, there we go. Now, yes, then see, so that's how that is, and this is the truth, right? Right, the truth is this: competition is a sin. Who said that? I tell you who said that. Amschel Bauer Rothschild said that, and he was right. Although he controls the frame. This guy, he's most wretched, you know, because he controls the frame. You see, and should not be engaged in. And with it, because he owns central banks, you see, and he has no competition because he has what? Policy enforcers, police, to enforce the laws. He owns the law as well, so that anybody who tries to copycat his business, right, he prosecutes them, puts them in prison. That's what he does. You know, you're a counterfeiter if you try and produce the currency. That's what you are, and they put you in prison for that. The policy enforcers and the government is there to enforce what is it, the Sassoon and Rothschild law. Well, the Sassoon law actually, which is franchise law. See, no one understands this one either. But these people are most wretched. They are wretched people. They really are. See, the creative way is the way to riches in a world where people think and do the wrong thing. You see? Because people, what do people think? They think they've got to compete. You know, the only way to succeed is to compete, which is a load of hooey. It's a load of horse manure, because you don't. You know, the truth is you don't have to compete. The only one you have to compete against is yourself. That's all. Be creative. Use the creative mind. You know, that's what you have to do. Create. Give more than you take. You see? And then, you know, people will respond to that. You know? Yeah, because being in the creative mind, being in the competitive mindset, this harms, you know, this harms your life, their lives, because they are thinking in the wrong way. This is right. This harms your life. If you're thinking in the competitive way and in the competitive mindset, boy, it does harm your life. It does. It harms. You know, because you're always frightened that someone's going to take it away from you. You see, which is another lie. If you're in the competitive, yes, that can happen. But if you're in the creative, it can never happen. You see, this is a different one, boy. This is totally different. The truth is, yeah, if you're in the competitive, that can happen. Oh, definitely it can happen. Because it has happened, see? Because of the competitive thinking, right? Which is wrong. It's the wrong way to think. Change your thinking to creative thinking and change your life. This is the unbridled truth. Yes, it is. Damn straight. You know, you've got books out there that say the same thing as what I've just said, right? You got to get away from the competitive thinking. If you don't, you'll never get anywhere. You have to move into the creative thinking. If you move into that and do that, then your life will change. It may take a little bit of time, but as you're thinking about these things and doing these things, your life will change. And that is the truth. But if your thinking is competitive, you'll always be broke. And that's a fact. You know, that's not something that I made up. That's a law. It's a law of the universe, mate. That's how it is. This what I've presented here is based on laws. You know, these laws can't be broken, and those people who think they can break them get their ass kicked eventually. You know, they get away with it for a little while, but eventually they get their ass kicked. That's what happens. Because you can't break universal law, and that's just the way it is. You know, this is the unbridled truth, and those who break the truth will get their ass kicked. Anyway, that's my spiel for today, my teaching. Just remember that this is the truth. Affiliate marketing is not the truth. No, it's a lie, right? You're just competing against others. It's based on competition, and that's the way the internet's gone, which is a shame, because people are thinking and being taught the wrong way, and that's why it's like that. You know, you ain't got no chance with that. 9 out of 10, 95% fail. Just, you know, same as in business outside of the internet. People try to tell you, oh, that's not the truth, but it is the truth. They're just lying because they want to sell their product to you, which is useless in most cases. You know, that's right. It's useless. You know, it's not giving you more cash. You know, the more use value than they expect in cash value. Than you giving cash value. It's not. You know, there's very few people that do that. Very few who give more, you know, for less. And that's the truth. You got to give more for less. That's it. You know, that's an universal law. You got to give more value than you expect in cash value. You got to give more use value. It's got to be useful. In other words, if you're in the money making niche, right, then you've got to make sure that those people make money. And if they don't make money, you're in trouble. It's as simple as that. And all these people on Warrior Plus and JB who think their poo is a bit better than everybody else, right? They're gonna get a kick up the ass. That's what's going to happen to them eventually, especially if their products are not useful and they're just charging for, you know, selling their products through the affiliates who've got these lists. They're going to get their ass kicked. It's as simple as that. And those affiliates will get their ass kicked as well, because the people on those lists will just get burnt out. That's what'll happen. You know, and in the end they won't buy no more. And you know, does this happen all the time? Yes, it does. I've been in a few of these things, so I know. There's one now at the moment that I'm in. John O. Armstrong's Ministry of Freedom. Same thing's happening there. Same thing. All he's doing is creating a lot of competitors. That's all he's doing. You know, he thinks he's so wonderful and good, but it's the same thing's going to happen to him. He's going to get his ass kicked. You know, because that's the way it goes. The internet is a fast-moving thing, you know, and it brings up people and takes them down just as quick. See, so he's had a little bit of success over the last 3 or 4 years. I mean, that's a splash in the bucket. He's got to look at guys that have been there for 15 years and say, well, what are they doing? You see, because they last. People like Anik Singhal and bloody well, Anthony Morrison's another one, and you know, and Russell Brunson is another one. They've been around a long time. They give more value than they take. That's what they do. They are seriously trying to do that. They are trying to do that in the big time. You know, that's why most people keep coming back to them, because they want, you know, they can get success there, even though I didn't. You know, and I felt robbed. You know, so it doesn't work in every case. No, still the same. 9 out of 10 fail. You know, and that's the thing that's harmful. But that's my own fault, so I'll admit that. But is it? Is it my own fault, really? I didn't know this, what I'm teaching today. I didn't know it. Now I do. I'm thinking, wow, you know, this is where I went wrong. You're trying to compete instead of trying to create. Instead of creating. It's just a mistake, that's all. And this is the unbridled truth. Anyway, I think I've ranted on enough. I'll see you again. So, you know, subscribe to the channel. Yeah. Do that. Press the notification bell. And there'll be other videos. I'm going to do another one on email marketing. All right. I'll see you later. Bye.